Hi guys, Dahlia here, welcome to my channel. I know this video looks a little bit different. I have changed my setting just for tonight because it is later in the afternoon. I had a pretty damn busy day, so I've just got to film this video at night. And either it was no video or dark video, and I just decided to go with this weird coloured video for you guys. So after tagging the brilliant and lovely Emily Bourne to do the Elysian Prophecy book tag, she in return tagged me to do the Keeper book tag. For those of you who don't know, Kim Chance, a fellow booktuber and authortuber, published her YA novel, which is also her debut novel, Keeper, in January of 2018. I haven't actually finished the book, but I am reading it currently. Keeper is about a 16-year-old bookworm named Lainey, and one night she is attacked by this 200-year-old witch, but she doesn't believe that this woman is a witch. That is, until she finds a photo linking this woman to her mother. When she contacts a psychic, which she herself is actually not a believer in, the psychic gives her a little bit of information about how her and her mother are related through their gifts. So Lainey is a keeper, and basically what their exclusive gift is that they can unlock and wield Grimoire, which is a really powerful spell book. The only trouble is that a warlock has stolen Grimoire, and he wishes to steal the world's magic. Now she must steal it back. I'm excited to do this, so let's get into it. Keeper, a book you'll keep reading over and over. I've been waiting for an excuse to talk about Frankenstein or The Modern Prometheus by Mary Shelley. This book right here has been one of my favorites for years. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually read it. But I have to say that I read it at least once every 6 months, at least, if not maybe 2 to 3 times within that time period. This is probably why I never get through my books, because I stick to the ones that I like and I just keep reading them over and over and over again. The writing is so engaging, and I love the differences but also yet all the similarities between Victor Frankenstein and the Wretch. In some way, they're both looking for the same things in life, but just it's portrayed so differently with each character. This book was also a leader in its field. Mary had an amazing imagination. Question 2, Lainey and Maggie, favourite bookish friendship. I don't really read a lot of books that I would consider to have friendships in them, so I'm gonna have to go with Rose and Vasilissa from the Vampire Academy. They do have a friendship by convenience, but it turns out that they really love and respect one another, and honestly they save each other more times than I can probably count. It's really wholesome to read because as someone who didn't really have friends that were girls when I was younger, it was nice to kind of read what it was all about. They really do protect and empower one another, and I don't think that's really seen a lot in fiction these days. Question 3, favourite bookish witch or warlock? Unfortunately, I can't use anyone from the Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings series because I haven't actually read them. I've only watched the movies, and I really do consider that cheating, so I'm not going to do that. They're also really popular choices, so instead I'm going to go with V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic with the beautiful Carroll. He's an Antari, which I guess is it considered a warlock or a witch? Because I did some research for this question and apparently they're very similar, so I guess I can kind of consider him the answer to my question. But he had that fatal character flaw, and yet she was still able to write him as a good character. He was still kind-hearted, he still was very loving and very protective. I adored everything about this book. The main female character dressed up as a man for most of it, and she wants to be a pirate. Hashtag goals. Question 4, The Master, a book villain you love to hate. Does the government from Anthony Burgess's A Clockwork Orange count? The government is so evil in their experiments and the reaction and the trouble that it causes for Alex that I really love hating them, because they're an awful entity that is represented generally by one man, but I don't really care because it's the whole government and they're all pretty darn effed up. Honestly, they're so cool. I get mad every time that I read this book. but I still keep reading it, and I don't know why. It really enrages me. Honestly, I just love hating the government. Question 5. Kim Chance, a book you're glad you took a chance on. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. After DNFing Thrown a Glass 2 or 3 times, I was really hesitant to pick this up because it was honestly anything like Thrown a Glass. I knew I was going to hate it. Thankfully, it isn't anything like TOG. Nothing at all. Don't get me wrong, with that series, I'm up to Air of Fire, and Air of Fire is good. The Crown of Midnight and Throne of Glass are not good. And I can't wait for A Court of Frost and Starlight to come out this May. Did you guys know that this little lady right here is being made into a movie? If you didn't know that, please go on to Sarah J. Maas' Instagram because she posted the screenplay on there. Holy crap, guys, I don't even know how to breathe right now. Question 6. Gareth and Selena, favorite non-blood, non-related family. The Green Mile crew from The Green Mile by Stephen King aren't necessarily family, but they kind of do act like it. They do take care of each other and they kind of behave in a familial sort of way. And honestly, doing a job like the guys doing here, you'd want some support from the people that you work with, otherwise it wouldn't be worth working with them. Question 7. Favorite mysterious male character. The YA book community is saturated with characters that are male and mysterious and brooding and oh this and oh that. So I'm going to go with something completely different. I'm going to go with the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This is probably the only mysterious character that I actually want to know anything more about. I mean, he's crazy. He's clearly crazy, same as everyone else in the world, but he's so intriguing. I actually listened to this on audiobook the other day, and I think it took me like 2 days to get through, obviously because it's only a very small book, but I can't believe that I haven't read it before. It was really honestly so good. Question 8. Holy Crapkittens, a book you had a strong reaction to. So if you know me, you probably know the book that I'm about to mention, and that is 1984 by George Orwell. Now, for some reason, I have 3 copies of this book, and yet I don't know where they are. I think that I packed them up because my partner and I are moving out of this house, and I think I packed them up already. But I have a copy of Animal Farm on my shelf, so I don't know where they've gone, and I really hope I haven't lost them. Honestly, this book takes the cake for me, because people say it's outdated, but is it really? Is it really outdated, guys? Think on it a little. Is it really? Question 9. Magic Always Leaves a Mark, a book that had a big impact on you. Apparently this book doesn't come with the cover on the Kindle version. But anyway, this is Fallen Angels or Sins of the Mother by Tara Hyland. This book had me on edge the entire way through. Honestly, I cannot praise it enough. Going through what the daughter had to go through in order to find her mother was just unbelievably gripping, and she's an unreliable narrator, so the information that she receives about her mother while she's searching for her mother is not actually the truth, but it's presented in a way that makes you and also her believe that that's what's going on. It's so twisty and turny, and it's contemporary, and I don't read contemporary, but when I first borrowed this book, it was maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I borrowed it from a local library, and ever since I've been trying to find out what this book is actually called and what it is, because I remember everything about it, but I couldn't remember the title or the name, and it has taken me 3 years of solid research to find it. If you really want to read something that is gripping yet contemporary, about a journalist who goes in search of her superstar mother who has just disappeared from the spotlight, and she doesn't exactly know why, no one knows why, then I really encourage you to find it and read it because it is fantastic. So that concludes this tag. Thank you so much, Emily Bourne, for tagging me. I really appreciate it because I don't know why I hadn't done it before. I'm trying to do all the booktubers tags, so I really appreciate the tag. For those of you who want to go and watch Emily's video, I will link it down below. It is just as fantastic as you can imagine. She has actually grouped the Keeper book tag and the Elysian Prophecy book tag together. Really good. I'll link it down below. Go watch it. If you have any questions or want me to cover a specific topic, please drop a comment below. If you want to follow my journey on other platforms, see the links in the description bar. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and more. I post videos on Thursdays and tags every other Wednesday, so subscribe and hit that little bell if you want to be notified. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!